Welcome to the World Safety Training Center
on Unit IG1, Management of Health and Safety. In this session, we will focus on Element 1, which explores the importance of managing workplace health and safety, and on how effective health and safety management plays a major role in creating a safe and productive work environment. Let's begin by discussing why we should prioritize managing workplace health and safety. Throughout this session, we will cover three key learning objectives: understanding the moral, social, and financial reasons for promoting health and safety, exploring the role of national governments and international bodies in establishing regulations, and discussing the specific roles and responsibilities of different parties in maintaining a safe work environment. Element 1.1 of Unit IG1, Morals and Money. In this session, we will explore the intersection of morals and financial considerations in managing health and safety in the workplace. In this sub-element, we will examine the intersection and influence of morals and financial factors on the decisions and actions taken by organizations in relation to health and safety. We will explore the role of ethical values and the financial implications of accidents and ill health in shaping effective strategies for managing health and safety in the workplace. Occupational accidents and work-related illnesses. According to the ILO, approximately 2.3 million women and men worldwide lose their lives each year due to job-related accidents or diseases. That means, on average, over 6,000 deaths occur every single day. Each day, thousands of lives are lost due to preventable accidents and illnesses that occur in the workplace. The ILO also reports that worldwide, there are approximately 340 million occupational accidents each year. This staggering number highlights the frequency at which workers are exposed to dangerous situations that can result in injury or disability. Additionally, there are around 160 million victims of work-related illnesses annually. These illnesses can range from respiratory conditions caused by exposure to hazardous substances to mental health issues arising from work-related stress. These statistics paint a sobering picture of the scale of the problem we face. As employers, employees, and responsible individuals, it is our duty to address these challenges and strive for safer work environments. By promoting good standards of health and safety in the workplace, we have the opportunity to make a significant impact on reducing the number of accidents, illnesses, and deaths. Throughout this training, we will explore the roles and responsibilities of different parties, such as employers, managers, supervisors, and employees, in ensuring health and safety in the workplace. The consequences of accidents and ill health for employees, and why health issues are sometimes given less priority compared to safety issues. Accidents in the workplace can have immediate and visible consequences. They are often dramatic, capturing our attention and highlighting the need for safety measures. However, it's essential not to overlook the long-term effects of health issues that may go unnoticed. Let's start by considering the physical and mental ill health that employees may experience. Workplace-related accidents can result in severe injuries, disabilities, and even loss of life. These physical consequences can have a lasting impact on the affected individuals and their families. Additionally, mental ill health is also a significant concern. Stress, anxiety, and depression can arise from work-related factors such as high workload, long working hours, or a hostile work environment. These mental health issues can affect productivity, job satisfaction, and overall well-being. It's important to note that the consequences of accidents and ill health extend beyond the individual employees. There are financial losses involved as well. When accidents occur, there are costs associated with medical treatment, rehabilitation, compensation claims, and potential legal actions. These financial burdens can significantly impact both the affected employee and the organization. Despite the serious consequences of ill health, it is often given less priority than safety issues. This discrepancy arises because accidents are more visible and dramatic. When an accident occurs, it's immediately evident that action needs to be taken to prevent similar incidents in the future. On the other hand, many health problems are chronic in nature, developing slowly over time. These health issues may not show immediate visible symptoms, making them less noticeable and, unfortunately, sometimes less of a priority. However, it's crucial to recognize that the long-term effects of health problems can be just as damaging, if not more so, than immediate accidents. Chronic health issues can impact an employee's quality of life, lead to increased absenteeism, reduced productivity, and increased healthcare costs. To create a safe and healthy workplace, we must shift our focus to address both safety and health concerns equally. This means prioritizing preventive measures, promoting employee well-being, and implementing strategies to identify and manage workplace health risks. By addressing health issues proactively, we can prevent long-term harm to our employees, improve their overall well-being, and ultimately create a more productive and thriving work environment. In this part, we shall discuss the reasons for managing health and safety in the workplace, under which the three main drivers behind maintaining health and safety, moral, legal or social, and financial, will be looked into. The first driver for managing health and safety is moral or humanitarian reasons. As employers, it is our ethical responsibility to ensure the well-being and safety of our employees. Each individual has the right to a safe work environment, free from unnecessary risks and hazards. By prioritizing health and safety, we demonstrate our commitment to protecting the lives and well-being of our workforce. The second driver is the legal or social aspect. Compliance with health and safety regulations is not only a legal requirement, but also a means to avoid prosecution and compensation claims. Failure to meet the legal standards can lead to legal consequences, fines, or even imprisonment. Additionally, organizations may face reputational damage, affecting their standing in the community and their relationships with stakeholders. Lastly, the financial driver is another important factor in managing health and safety. The costs associated with accidents and ill health can be significant. Medical expenses, compensation claims, and legal fees can put a strain on an organization's finances. By investing in health and safety measures, we can reduce the likelihood of accidents and ill health, ultimately saving money in the long run. It is important to note that these three drivers are interconnected. By prioritizing the moral and humanitarian aspect, we ensure the well-being of our employees, comply with legal requirements, and avoid financial losses associated with accidents and ill health. Hence, managing health and safety in the workplace is driven by moral, legal or social, and financial considerations. By prioritizing health and safety, we not only fulfill our ethical responsibilities, but also protect our organization from legal consequences and financial burdens. The Costa Concordia disaster, which occurred on the 13th of January, 2012, in the Mediterranean Sea near Isola del Giglio, Tuscany, Italy. This tragic incident serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of duty of care, accountability, and responsibility in managing health and safety. Let's delve into the details. On January 13, 2012, the Costa Concordia, a large cruise ship operated by Costa Cruises, was sailing in the Mediterranean Sea, near Isola del Giglio, Tuscany, Italy. The ship was carrying 4,252 people, including passengers and crew members, on a scheduled voyage. The disaster unfolded when Captain Francesco Schettino made a series of critical errors that led to the tragic incident. One of the key faults was his decision to deviate from the ship's planned course and sail too close to the shore, known as sail by salute, without proper authorization or navigational justification. Despite being aware of the potential risks, Captain Schettino chose to execute this maneuver, which ultimately led to the ship colliding with a rock formation called La Scole. The impact tore a large hole in the hull of the ship, causing it to start taking on water rapidly. Following the collision, Captain Schettino failed to promptly take decisive action. He delayed sounding the general alarm and notifying the authorities for over an hour, despite the severity of the situation. This delay prevented a swift and organized response to the emergency. Additionally, Captain Schettino abandoned his duty as the captain and left the ship before the evacuation was complete. He boarded a lifeboat, leaving many passengers and crew members still on board and facing the imminent danger of sinking. This act of abandoning ship violated the fundamental principle of a captain's responsibility to ensure the safety of all individuals on board. The evacuation process itself was marred by confusion and disarray, due to the lack of clear instructions and effective leadership. Passengers and crew members struggled to find lifeboats, and were left to navigate the chaotic situation on their own. The Costa Concordia disaster was a clear breach of the duty of care that Costa Cruises, the operator of the ship, owed to its passengers and crew members, leading to the moral, legal, and financial implications. Under moral implications, this breach resulted in tragic consequences, loss of life, injuries, and environmental damage. As a result of Captain Schettino's actions and failures, 33 people tragically lost their lives, including passengers, crew members, and one salvage member involved in the rescue operation. Additionally, 64 individuals sustained non-fatal injuries during the evacuation process. Under legal implications, as a consequence of the breach of duty of care, Costa Cruises faced accountability for the incident. Captain Schettino faced severe legal consequences for his role in the incident. He was found guilty of multiple charges, including manslaughter, and homicide act for his actions, including him abandoning the ship. The court sentenced him to 16 years of imprisonment. Under financial implications, the financial costs associated with the Costa Concordia disaster were substantial. The incident resulted in compensation claims from victims and their families, legal fees for court proceedings, fines imposed by regulatory authorities, and environmental damage. Each person affected by the disaster received €11,000 as a form of compensation. Furthermore, Costa Cruises was also held accountable for the environmental damage caused by the incident. The cruise was fined €1 million for the harm inflicted on the environment, and a fine of €1 million was also imposed on Captain Schettino as well. The Costa Concordia disaster serves as a stark reminder of the consequences that can arise from a failure to prioritize health and safety. It highlights the importance of fulfilling duty of care, maintaining accountability, and taking responsibility for the well-being and safety of all individuals involved. It is crucial for organizations and individuals to understand the severe implications of negligence when it comes to health and safety. By learning from such incidents, we can strive to prevent similar tragedies in the future and create safer environments for everyone. The importance of managing health and safety in the workplace. Firstly, we will focus on the moral reasons behind prioritizing health and safety practices. One of the primary reasons for managing health and safety is the moral obligation we have to prevent injury, loss, and pain to employees and individuals affected by our actions. As responsible employers, it is our duty to ensure the well-being and safety of our workers and others. While most companies do not intentionally cause harm, they may fail to take adequate steps to manage health and safety, leading to devastating consequences. By neglecting to implement proper safety measures, they put individuals at risk and fail to fulfill their moral duty of care. Employers have a moral responsibility to provide a safe place of work for their employees. This includes ensuring that the physical environment, such as buildings, machinery, and equipment, is free from hazards that could cause harm. Another aspect of the moral duty of care is providing safe equipment and substances. Employers must ensure that the tools, machinery, and materials used in the workplace are suitable for their intended purpose and do not pose unnecessary risks to the health and safety of workers. A safe system of work is also essential to protect employees and others. This involves establishing procedures, protocols, and guidelines that outline how tasks should be performed safely, minimizing the potential for accidents or injuries. Additionally, employers have a moral obligation to provide proper instruction, training, and supervision to their employees. This includes ensuring that workers receive adequate training on how to perform their duties safely, as well as providing ongoing supervision and guidance to ensure adherence to safety protocols. By fulfilling these moral responsibilities, we create a work environment that prioritizes the well-being and safety of individuals. We show our commitment to preventing suffering and loss of life, and we contribute to a culture of care and respect within our organization. The legal reasons behind promoting good standards of health and safety. Legislation plays a crucial role in setting the boundaries within which organizations must operate. The purpose of law is to control antisocial behavior, regulate the conduct of society, resolve conflicts, and set standards for behavior. When it comes to health and safety, legislation establishes clear guidelines and regulations that organizations must adhere to. These laws are designed to protect the well-being of workers and ensure a safe working environment for all. Non-compliance with health and safety regulations can have serious consequences. Organizations that fail to meet their legal obligations may face enforcement action by regulatory bodies. This can include inspections, audits, and assessments to assess compliance with health and safety standards. In cases of severe non-compliance or negligence, legal prosecution may be pursued. This can result in criminal charges, fines, or other legal penalties. The purpose of enforcement and prosecution is to hold organizations accountable for their actions and to deter future violations. It is essential for organizations to understand and comply with the relevant health and safety legislation applicable to their industry and location. By doing so, they demonstrate their commitment to operating within the legal framework and ensuring the safety and well-being of their employees. Implementing effective health and safety management systems and procedures is not only a legal requirement, but also a way to mitigate the risks and protect both the organization and its employees. Compliance with health and safety legislation is not optional but mandatory. By complying with the law, organizations create a safe and secure working environment, minimize the risk of accidents or injuries, and fulfill their legal obligations. How accidents and ill health can have significant financial implications for organizations. Accidents and ill health are not only detrimental to the well-being of employees, but they can also be costly for organizations. In fact, if not properly managed, these incidents have the potential to put an organization out of business. Understanding the financial impact can help organizations recognize the importance of prioritizing health and safety. Let's start by examining direct costs. These are the measurable costs that arise directly from an accident or incident. They include expenses such as medical treatment for injured employees, compensation payments to affected individuals, and costs associated with repairing or replacing damaged equipment or property. Some of these direct costs may be covered by insurance, while others may be uninsured, placing a financial burden directly on the organization. In addition to direct costs, there are also indirect costs that arise as a consequence of the event. These costs are often more challenging to quantify precisely and may be harder to identify. Indirect costs can include lost productivity due to work disruptions, the need to hire and train replacement workers, expenses related to investigating the incident, implementing corrective measures, and managing the reputational damage that can result from a health and safety incident. Indirect costs can have long-term effects on the organization. For instance, if an organization develops a reputation for having unsafe working conditions, it may face difficulties attracting and retaining skilled workers, leading to increased recruitment and training costs. Moreover, the organization may experience higher insurance premiums and increased scrutiny from regulatory authorities, resulting in additional financial burdens. By effectively managing health and safety, organizations can minimize the financial impact of accidents and ill health. Implementing preventive measures, such as conducting regular risk assessments, providing appropriate training, maintaining equipment, and fostering a safety-conscious culture, can help reduce the likelihood of incidents occurring and mitigate associated costs. It is important for organizations to understand that investing in health and safety measures is not just a legal requirement, but also a sound financial decision. By prioritizing the well-being of employees and preventing accidents and ill health, organizations can protect their bottom line, maintain productivity, and safeguard their reputation. Now let's try understanding the costs of accidents and ill health in the workplace. Let's explore few of the direct and indirect costs that organizations may face commonly. Firstly, let's look into direct costs. Direct costs are the immediate and measurable expenses that organizations incur as a result of accidents and ill health. These costs include first aid treatment. When an employee is injured or falls ill, immediate medical attention is required. This may involve providing first aid on site or transporting the individual to a medical facility. The costs associated with providing this initial treatment can quickly add up. Repairs to damaged equipment and buildings. Accidents can lead to damage of equipment, machinery, and the physical workplace itself. Organizations must bear the costs of repairing or replacing these assets to restore operations and ensure a safe working environment. Damaged products. If accidents or ill health incidents occur during the production process, the resulting damage to products can lead to financial losses. Defective or unusable items may need to be discarded, resulting in wasted resources and potential revenue loss. Fines and legal fees. Non-compliance with health and safety regulations can result in fines and penalties imposed by regulatory authorities. Additionally, organizations may incur legal fees if legal action is taken against them as a consequence of accidents or ill health incidents. These costs can be significant and impact the financial stability of the organization. Now let's move on to indirect costs, which may be less tangible but equally important to consider. Reduction in staff morale. When accidents or ill health incidents occur, it can have a negative impact on employee morale and motivation. The fear of future incidents can create a stressful work environment, affecting productivity and job satisfaction. This can result in decreased efficiency, increased absenteeism, and higher employee turnover rates. Damage to the organization's public image and business reputation. News of accidents or ill health incidents can spread rapidly, damaging the reputation of the organization. This negative publicity can lead to a loss of trust and confidence from customers, partners, and the general public. Rebuilding a damaged reputation can be a costly and time-consuming process. Loss of staff from productive duties. When employees are injured or fall ill, they may need time off work to recover. This can lead to a loss of skilled workers from their regular duties, causing disruptions to projects and workflows. Organizations may need to hire temporary or replacement staff, incurring additional recruitment and training costs. By recognizing both the direct and indirect costs of accidents and ill health, organizations can take proactive measures to prevent incidents and minimize their financial impact. Direct costs include expenses such as first aid treatment, repairs to damaged equipment and buildings, damaged products, and fines and legal fees resulting from non-compliance with health and safety regulations. Indirect costs are more challenging to measure but equally important. They can include a reduction in staff morale, damage to the organization's public image and business reputation, and loss of staff from productive duties. By recognizing these costs, organizations can take proactive measures to prevent accidents and ill health, minimize financial impact, and create a safe and productive work environment. Let's delve into the business case for managing health and safety in the workplace. Specifically, we will explore the concept of insured and uninsured costs and the importance of employer liability insurance. When it comes to accidents and ill health, many organizations rely on insurance policies to cover the costs. However, it's crucial to understand that insurance does not cover everything. There are certain costs that may not be insured and must be borne directly by the organization. These uninsured costs can be significantly higher than the costs covered by insurance. In fact, studies have shown that uninsured costs can range from 8 to 36 times greater than insured costs. This means that organizations may face substantial financial burdens if they do not effectively manage health and safety. This concept is often referred to as the iceberg principle. Similar to an iceberg, where only a small portion is visible above the water while the majority lies beneath, the costs covered by insurance represent only a fraction of the total costs associated with accidents and ill health. Now, let's talk about employer liability insurance. This type of insurance is designed to help organizations meet the costs of compensation and legal claims for death, injury, or ill health to employees that occur during the course of work. Having employer liability insurance is essential because it provides financial protection to organizations in case of accidents or ill health incidents. It helps cover the costs of compensation to affected employees and any legal expenses that may arise from such situations. However, it's important to remember that relying solely on insurance is not enough. Organizations must prioritize preventive measures and create a safe work environment to minimize the occurrence of accidents and ill health incidents. By effectively managing health and safety, organizations can reduce the likelihood of costly incidents, including those that may not be covered by insurance. This proactive approach not only protects the well-being of employees, but also safeguards the financial stability of the organization.